Do you think this is a good idea, having a goodbye video for Linda?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm a hopeless romantic, so everything we can get.
You're gonna do one of those cheesy things.
Like, I don't know if she just wants a quiet goodbye. That's my biggest thing.
I think it's something that she can keep.
Remind her of like all the badass shit she did while she was here.
This is a really sweet and thoughtful idea.
Even if those are her wishes, it's like, who cares? Like, not like who cares about what she feels, but like,
She will be missed. I mean, there's no doubt about that. She will be missed.
Like, she has had a huge impact, not just at Las Americas, but like on the border and on migrants and on the lives of thousands and thousands of people.
Is this already part of the interview so I can stop cussing? And
I feel like we'll regret not doing something big for her regardless.
I think so too. Okay. Let's start.
She knew about Las Americas. And I think she probably already knew about it from me because I was her teacher when she was in the 9th grade. Linda had the same personality as what I remember over 15 years ago. She was kind, thoughtful, respectful, and an excellent listener. She's always been like that. Being a lawyer and working in immigration was a natural fit for her.
They're not taking them to Capo Romero?
No, they're going to Romero now.
Okay.
So they switched MVP to Romero. Oh, success. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good job.
Bye,
See
guys.
you tomorrow.
Thank you. Hasta mañana.
This is the last group today?
Yes.
before this powerhouse was built, Las Americas was always on the verge of, can we afford to stay open? And so when Linda came on board, we were in a really bad situation, on the verge of closing our doors.
But I think her first priorities were to keep Las Americas afloat.
And back then the team was like 5 people, and the politics were terrible.
The laws governing the immigration system aren't working.
We had transitioned from like Bush to Obama.
And that's why we're going to keep focusing on actual threats to our security.
And then Obama's presidency was one of the highest in deportation rates.
Also, we had a public, an American audience that really was not very focused on immigration issues, didn't really find it sort of as urgent as many Americans do now, thankfully.
It kind of felt like we were fighting this fight alone.
I worked with Linda when from the transition of her being the only attorney to when we started to be able to hire more people. She was pretty direct with me up front, when I interviewed with her, that this was a really intense job. She's never shied away from that. But when I started, it was still the first year of Trump's presidency.
Huge nationwide protests erupted once again on President Donald Trump's second weekend in office.
With protesters storming major cities all across the country.
ICE agents began nationwide raids,
suspending immigration from Muslim-majority nations.
Dramatic new images from migrant facilities on the U.S.-Mexico border have emerged today.
Family separation in the media blew up from like May, June 2018, but we had seen family separation start months earlier than that. So Linda really was part of the front line of like waving the red flag that like really horrible things were happening.
Matter of Miss L is our Las Americas client. I think that's such an important lasting legacy. That is the embodiment of what it is to do work on the border. Las Americas really began to blossom in the way that it should as an organization here at the front lines, holding the line when it comes to human rights and dignity.
Yeah, and I think, that is really when I saw a lot of the change in the org. That's when a lot of donations came in, a lot of recognition for work we've done for a really long time.
Then a few months in, we'd start hearing these stories that migrants were getting expelled back to Mexico. No one really knew what was going on. It was terrifying because a lot of crime, a lot of extortion, kidnapping, and then of course for a legal service provider on the border, it presented the difficult question of like, is this something we want to get involved in?
I remember Linda in a meeting saying like, MPP is worse than family separation. Like it is affecting more people, and just because it's not visible in the United States, like the media is not focusing on it. Like this is really, really purposefully done this way because it's hard to share.
Something about Linda is that she was always the first person. Like she was the first person to be on the ground in Juarez. Like she would kind of make the path, like create relationships with other organizations in Juarez or create relationships with shelters. But she always was the trailblazer, I think.
Like I know that everyone says she's fierce, and she is. I have seen her, in court. I've seen her advocate at the bridge. I've seen her in those different roles, but she also is the most like delicate, understanding person with clients. Maybe delicate's the wrong word, but just like sensitive with clients. Like she really, I think,
it's hard to put in words, isn't it? Las Americas has grown and changed in very positive ways under Linda's tenure, for sure. Maybe not becoming a household name, but definitely being better known around Texas and around the country, around the world. The staff has grown exponentially from just a few people to over 20. I think she's left her mark, absolutely.
I mean, the question really is, where has Las Americas not been? With MPP, we were the first ones setting foot in Juarez. And very much because of Linda's leadership, Las Americas right now is on the map as having removed the most people from this program than any other organization across the entire border.
I mean, to meet the Vice President of the United States is a pretty wild deal. Again, like thinking where we were 4 years ago of like an org getting on local news to share a client's story, and that feeling like amazing. And then 4 years later, like she's meeting the Vice President. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Like we've had calls with, we've been asked our point of view on huge policies, by the White House, by, people who are making big decisions. And I also think we don't take that lightly. I think we've also taken a really strong stance of not participating when we didn't think it was necessary.
And no matter how important this person is and how many people depend on her as an organization, she still makes time for her kids, and she's still the mom. She still is a friend.
The core of her is motivated by optimism and this constant sense that better things will come around the corner.
One of the most remarkable things about Linda Rivas is how many people have her cell phone number and how often she literally answers the call. It could be the Vice President of the United States, or it could be a single mother of 3 who's in a shelter in Juarez. She will answer the call.
I've spent almost 2 years filming you guys. I've loved every second of it, and Linda gave me that opportunity. Like you all said, Linda not only gave Las Americas a chance, but the team who eventually found our way here. While it got tough, days were hard, we stayed at it.
It did.
Because her belief in us always inspired creativity. Her trust created confidence. Her kindness taught compassion. She will see your potential before you can realize it yourself. Thank you, Linda, for taking chances on all of us. Because of you, we've created lasting change.